Hello again everyone, and welcome back to more Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. And we left off after killing Knight Artorias, and if you reload your game or you warp somewhere else and you come back into this area, you meet someone else.
Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
So I think this chick's name is Ciaran or Ciaran.
Yes, of course. I must not be presumptuous. Artorias would not have approved.
And she wants Artorias' soul. If you give it to her, I'm not mistaken, she gives you 2 weapons. But if you kill her, you get her armor.
What is it? Have you changed? Then you have no business with me. So,
tough call, tough decision. She kinda has a sort of like rogue or dexterity built armor and weapons, so it's kinda for me a good reason to kill her. Although she doesn't react straight away. Let's do a strong attack. Bam!
You humans, always taking what you please. Then I shall do the same.
Actually, her voice kind of sounds similar to the Maiden in Black in the first game. Oh, sorry, in Demon Souls. I could just hear her saying, what does she usually say? In Demon Souls, I can't remember what she usually says when you try to level up your souls. But I miss the Maiden in Black. She was awesome. But yeah, her voice kind of sounds similar. So anyway, here we have a duel to the death in this arena again. She's kind of she's dual wielding, which I never really found the point in dual wielding because you can't attack with both weapons at the same time, at least not easily. And she also throws a Lloyd's talisman to stop you from healing if you give her time. But we have some backstabs. And she's gone. So we get her weapons and armor, and we get everything really. And let's try and look at that for a bit. I'll be editing or skipping a bit, so there'll be a few, editing, skipping scenes in this video. Hope you don't mind. So this is her robe, compared to what I'm wearing, which is Chester's robe or something. It's not that different, except there's the poison and bleed resistance, and I think some crush resistance as well. So yeah, her items are just somewhat slightly better probably than what's his name, Chester's stuff. Plus it has some poise as well, so that's cool. To wear all of it is kind of a bit too heavy for my equip level, just over I think. Although wearing the porcelain mask would be pretty awesome, pretty cool, but is it? Yeah, porcelain mask should be here. It looks menacing at least. But yeah, just slightly over the equip load limit. But I can at least wear it just to show you guys for a bit what it looks like, the whole set. Ta-da! And you have the blonde hair at the back as well, or is that ivory or whatever? And then let's take a look at her weapons. Oh, must have missed them. we have the Dark Silver Tracer, which is which deals a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, critical damage or high critical damage, which is kind of weird because the S-Stock's critical damage is still 100, but it deals a hell of a lot simply because it's a thrusting sword. So I mean, you know, it doesn't change the critical level, but it's pretty good too. The S-Stock I'm talking about. The Dark Tracer is better, but and you also have the Gold Tracer. The interesting about the Gold Tracer is that in the offhand it doesn't parry. It has its own attack animation, and I think it also inflicts poison, or one of them inflicts poison for the strong attack. So there's that with that weapon and her armor. I guess it's interesting to use, but like I said, I'm not sure if this if Ciaran's set can do sort of like a dual wield attack, so attacking with both weapons at the same time. But you know, generally you can't do that, so that kind of defeats the purpose of dual wielding, I think. So anyway, let's get on with going down to Oolacile Township. So yeah, I had to take off her mask and the, what's it called, the gloves, just so that I can have a proper equipment load. Not that it totally matters, I guess, since, you know, it's still kind of weak defensive properties, but you know, why not? So we've got 4 enemies down here, these same guys that are a bit annoying to deal with. Mostly because I'm trying to backstab them all. And oh, let's check out my longbow action, where I've upgraded my longbow to a +12, I think. And which is cool. I like it. I like it a lot. It does a lot. It does good damage. Well, at decent range at least. Oh, that hit his hand. And now we have to deal with him. So yeah, fighting 2 at a time, well, in typical Dark Souls fashion, is not the best option, but yeah, the quicker you kill them, the better. I think here I had to reload the game for a bit, so we'll be skipping that. And indeed we already have. That was quick. So the bows and arrows seem to do damage. It's differing either depending on range or where you actually hit the person, because I think it's also most likely, yeah, well, it's probably a combination of both, but because I think I hit this guy on the head, it did a bit more damage. Sometimes it's hard to tell which is their front and which is their back. I wanted to try invading again, but not being too successful at in this new area. I had a couple in outside of this DLC section, but not here. So yeah, waiting around. I decided not to wait around too much, and just testing out the abilities of this weapon to see what's different and so on and so forth. How different, how when you move around, sort of like how it affects the different properties of the weapon. Because typical Dark Souls fashion, even in Demon Souls, I think you different ways of attacking with with the same weapon. So it's good to know the properties your weapons have. And as you go through this area, you'll also hear this like whistling or something in the background. I'm not too sure what that is. So that looks like a shortcut we'll find eventually, hopefully. Always good to know. I think the thing with the DLC is that it's pretty easy to spot shortcuts. They've kind of made like a lamp to show you where the shortcut area is. Similar to how in Blighttown they have torches near ladders. And I'm gonna skip these guys because they're the same dudes, so fighting them again isn't too special. But yeah, you have these lamps that sort of indicate that there's a shortcut nearby. And in Blighttown, whenever you saw a torch, that would indicate that that's where a ladder is, because sometimes it could get confusing. I didn't know that to begin with, but it is awesome game design, really. Okay, so we've got a different looking enemy here from the usual kind. You got one of the usuals and one new kind of enemy. I just do that to see if either of them would be attracted. And we have a mage! Whoa, that looks dangerous and quick. Okay, that was easy. Not the best shield up to deal with damage, sorry, magic damage, but I hit enemies with a, how would you say, a horizontal attack. Can be easy, I guess. It can all be easy at least. Still, it only takes 4 normal hits, I think, from this weapon to kill them. And this weapon isn't that good for normal attacks. I thought there might be someone hiding here. A backstab for your troubles. Soul of a brave warrior. I think that's so also a good amount of souls. Yeah, the sorcerers look a bit dangerous. So there's a normal path down left. But let's see what's here. An item down there? Okay. Let's try this way. See what's up here. Okay, so we can go further down. Just exploring, basically. I know I could technically do this, show the gameplay sort of like of the areas, you know, once I get to know the area, and then just run through it. But you know, the reason I like doing playthroughs is, you know, that sort of first time experience is always much more fun when doing something. It might not be complete, but plus I pick up items and such, which they don't respawn, so we basically, from here we can jump down, but we can't really get the item. But we can get the item if you go back on top. So I just keep running all the way back up. And as you can see, it looks like in the middle of this building there's a room. So, well, let's see what's around here first. That's actually a crystal lizard down there. When I was playing, I thought it was a normal item, so I didn't pay much of attention until it disappeared. Then I was thinking, wait a minute, what happened there? I'm also just scanning the area because, well, you know, shortcuts and such, you don't know whenever there's, well, a random enemy you didn't see, for starters, but also if, you know, there's sort of a ledge that you can jump down onto, you know, with some hidden items or something. I remember in Demon Souls, there was this shield that was good against magic, I think, that you could, but to get to it, you had to sort of like really jump down onto some small ledge in World 3-2, I believe. So it's such a small ledge. I remember there was a message there saying, jump down. And then there was a message behind that that said, liar ahead. Because I'm assuming someone tried it and died. But it was actually telling them the truth. You had to jump down sort of like an angle or something. So, you know, just checking all those stuff out. It's really cool. Back in Demon Souls, and some of it in Dark Souls too. And what do we have here? Let there be light. Now, as you stand on this message, there's something you can hear in the background, so like some boulder rolling or something like that. Now with the, what do you call it, message saying let there be light, what it actually means is that you need some sort of light emitting magic or device, which I don't have. So if I'm not mistaken, that opens a secret door, secret passage that you can go through into that room I was talking about in the building. And we have another one of these guys. Whoa, and actually we have two, and they're gagging up on me. And we roll just in time. Okay, as you can see, it's a bit laggy here, so I think restarted the game, I think. Oh, and we have a... Oh, reloaded the game, sorry. We have one of these dudes here as well, just staring off into the distance. And we get some sort of carving. At least at first I was confused what the hell that was. It's an item. At first I thought it was a ring, but it's not. It's an item. It's sort of like a gameplay or multiplayer item. It's sort of like similar to gestures, where gestures are, you know, actions. Carvings, actually, you hear some sort of voice saying the words that are carved into the carving, basically. So that one was a I'm sorry, I think. So yeah, it will just, you throw the item, and then it cracks or breaks, and then you can hear a voice saying, I'm sorry. Probably not as lame as that, but yeah. So we've got two enemies down there. It's a bit laggy in this area, so it's gonna be hard to take them on. And I ran around the area trying to see if there was anything worthwhile. There might be something worthwhile in where these people are, where these two mages are themselves, but there's not really, it doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go. So I figure if I die here, because these two look like they'll be tough. Unless you get a backstabbing, because that magic takes away quite a good amount of health. I mean, 2 hits and I'm almost dead. And actually, that's the end of this episode. Well, we're near the end of this episode, as I die here. But thanks for watching, and join me next time. See ya.